Can go forward.
Mr. President, I want to introduce you to Boris Gills. He is a student here at Florida International University, born in Haiti. Good afternoon.
Hello, Mr. President. My name is Boris Gills, and I'm an international student. I came from Haiti, and I'm a survivor of the earthquake that partly ravaged my country in 2010. In 2011, I came here in the U.S. on a student visa. Now, I'm a senior at FIU. I'm graduating next semester with a double major in finance and international business. Like so many of us, like international students, we don't know what to do, like our back against the wall. Like we're doing everything by the book, but yet it feels like we're left out of every single reforms, like, of everything going on. So now my question is, what is it that you can do to help us international students? Like, how can you include us in your executive orders, maybe?
Well, let me just say this. It's wonderful to see people, young people, talent from all across the globe coming to study in the United States. And I want to congratulate Florida International for the diversity of its class and the great work that it's doing. And we would love more really well-educated, ambitious young people to want to stay here and contribute to this country. You know, if you look at the history of the founders of Intel and Google and so many of our iconic companies, people like Albert Einstein, Alexander Graham Bell, they were immigrants. And one of the mistakes that we're making right now is we're training a lot of incredibly talented young people. They're going to our universities, getting advanced degrees, and then we're sending them back right away, even though they may want to stay and start businesses here and contribute to our community. So one of the things that we talked about in the comprehensive immigration bill was how can we provide greater incentives and opportunities for young people with great talent and higher degrees to be able to stay here, particularly in areas like math and science and technology, where we know that right now we don't have enough engineers, we don't have enough computer scientists. But that is not something that we can do aggressively through executive actions. That's something that's going to require legislation for us to do. And frankly, there's going to be I want to be very clear, there are a lot of foreign students who come here to study. The fact that they come here to study doesn't automatically qualify them for legal residence or U.S. citizenship. And I don't foresee a circumstance where suddenly anybody who is going to college here automatically is qualified for legal residence. There will be criteria in terms of who it is that is able to apply, get legal residence, get a work permit, and maybe ultimately go through citizenship. But that's going to be through a legal process of legal immigration. That's not going to be one that is resolved with respect to somebody who's been undocumented. Those are two different circumstances. And part of what we can do through the comprehensive immigration bill is speed up our legal immigration system. A lot of people end up being forced through the undocumented pool because the legal process is so bogged down, so bureaucratic, so slow. Oftentimes the allocations of quotas from different countries don't reflect the modern world. And so one of the things that the Senate bill originally did was really change that in a smart way, and it would have speeded things up. That's why we still have to get this bill passed, and we're still going to have to put pressure on it.
On a bigger question that kind of Boris brings up to extrapolate his case is some people wonder, well, are you focusing mostly on the undocumented population? And through executive orders, could you not also include those that are here, that are participating already? Folks that came from Haiti, this horrible earthquake that hit 5 years ago. Are you focused at all on that? I think Boris's question is, well, can't you include them as well to streamline in some way?
You know, here's the thing. I was always very clear about this even when I made the first announcement about the executive actions. The reason I'm confident about our legal position in what we did with DACA, which was already in place since 2012, what we're now proposing in terms of expanding DACA, and also for the parents of those who qualified for DACA. The reason I'm confident is that we could take those steps under my powers of prosecutorial discretion. If in fact we were completely just rewriting the immigration laws, then actually the other side would have a case, because we can't violate statutes. We can't violate laws that are already in place. What we can do is make choices to implement those laws. That's what we've done with DACA, and that's what we've proposed with the expansion of DACA and DAPA. In order for us to do most of the work that Boris refers to, in terms of expanding opportunities, for example, to say to any young person who's got an advanced degree in math and science and engineering, which we know we're going to need, even as we try to get more and more young Americans to go into those fields. In order for us to do that, we're going to need a congressional law to be passed. I don't have all the authorities that are necessary in order to get some of those things done.